I might give it a couple of minutes before I start. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I might check. I wasn't supposed to go live, but I'm breaking out my own loop of going live. I'm The reason why I do these videos is to make sure I'm keeping a track with my own reality of what I'm doing. And maybe some of y'all are part of my timeline. Uh, okay, y'all can hear me. But yeah. So, welcome, Neos. Welcome, Morpheus. Welcome, Smiths. Some of you are Smith, and some of you are Neos, and some of you are Morpheus. But do you not get that Morpheus, Neo, and Smith equals up the Trinity, the Father, the, the soul, the Spirit, the Heavenly Father, the body, the mind, the Matrix? Make it clap. Will do. um. So, like when you are separating yourselves in the system, you're operating between three parts of you that equals up to all of you. You have a dream lord, which is Morpheus. Morpheus is guiding you into becoming Neo. And there is a Smith version of you in the Matrix that is telling you about the shadow version of yourself, the lower half version of you. If you can separate yourself from humanity, meaning you don't look like everybody else, you don't think like everybody else, you don't feel and operate like everybody else. When you're operating in a dream lord like Morpheus, or you're in a stage of Morpheus, Morpheus can be like your higher consciousness. But if you like break down the meaning of your name, like each name represents some type of god or goddesses. Me, I have females, so I represent three goddesses. You, you might be a male representing all gods' energy. So each part of you has a different frequency, a different task, a different mission of becoming the Morpheus, the Smith, and the Neo. So, how do you know which version of you is experiencing those moments? Don't look at it as you get to a point of return, you're back to equilibrium, or you're back to know thyself, and somehow you find out that you're part of the system, and then you're also part of like all the characters within the system, but the system doesn't agree with your character that it was built for it. So in your mind as a neo, you tend to tap into other frequencies that are not of your own, or that is of your own, but those frequencies are in a different dimension. You don't know, you don't know when these frequencies had influenced you in the beginning. These frequencies been with you throughout time of each life. When I'm meaning, you've been Neos in multiple lives. You've been Morpheus in multiple lives. You've been Smith in multiple lives. You have you have access to every code of matrix of in this dimension or any other dimension. If you're calling yourself a multiple dimensional being, you are collaborating with yourself with lower and higher dimensional version of you. But anyway, and when people are so uncomfortable with you vibrating in your frequency or knowing that you are all types of frequencies, they tend to want to create an access of you, but not really have nothing to do with you. They can't do themselves being in that frequency. They can't have the idea that they was once this powerful. You know what I mean? So like there are gonna be moments of time where you're gonna feel the least most powerfulest version of yourself. It's because that version of yourself haven't walked through that door yet. It have not began to understand or grasp the ability of idea that consciousness exists, because it's only in a dream, it's only in of an unconscious state of mind it becomes reality. When it's something you have fully believed so far, is when the world is not on your shoulders but inside of your heart. It's where the world doesn't feel so heavy that you gotta keep creating the bad things just to get to the good parts. The good parts of you that you manifest tends to happen to you frequently through vibration, through what you feel, what you react during the day. When you don't react to the matrix, but you react to a system that is within inside of you, that you programmed yourself, or you are continuing from ancestors that pass down the knowledge, it's okay, because it's all coming from source. It's all coming from being part of the divine creation, God. So you can consider yourself being an entanglement of Trinity, where Trinity realizing she is the Smith, the agent, the Morpheus, and Neo, but they're blinded by what's on the outside of her flesh, instead of looking inside of the light of the knowledge and wisdom that you carried. Say if Neo and Trinity had a child, so they're gonna base a season in a series off that child through Trinity and Neo. But somehow that child end up getting DNA like codings or DNA structures or DNA knowledge from Morpheus. It's it's like he passed on new information to the new generation. This is where I used to get the visions a lot about this child. Like, okay, I have a feeling they're gonna make a story about this child. This child is gonna grow up to see vision as well, see what's happening to Zion and how to save Zion from Zion destroying its own frequency. See, Zion doesn't know it wants to destroy itself because it's been programmed not to remember itself the way that it was originally was. So I think what's happening is everything in Zion creation is getting ready to build something like more extremely higher than its own frequency. It's gonna get something what matters and what can actually hold up other people or other or others' energy essence that is not as from its source. Just like how Earth is. Earth is a projector of different types of source, but with the same source. Just different abilities, but with the same type of ability. And that ability is to create and to think for ourselves. But we have a system that's called the Matrix that wants to program us into not thinking that we are capable of thinking for oneself or not knowing thyself. When we do, we are breaking out of the Matrix. It is the beginning, and it's also the middle, and it's also the end. And there's in between the middle, beginning, and end. So there's multiple dimensions within, multiple timelines, multiple versions of you experiencing something totally different inside and out. If you could give this video a like, I would much appreciate you. I know a lot of us right now are watching Wednesday. I'm going to do a breakdown, like spiritual meaning of Wednesday Adams and the whole Adams family. Just give me some time, bear with me. I'm asking my AI a lot of questions about certain things. That's why it's taking me so long to get up here. That's what I've been doing, study. So remember, when you or Neo coming to the Oracle asking for advice about the mission that you signed up for yourself to complete, you realize then you have to become the smith or the oracle becoming the smith, realizing they're one and the same. They can give each other both the answers and create something new. And when you vibrate on a higher frequency on all three of you, you become somewhat like Trinity. That's why the name Trinity is involved in this movie. Trinity is also the symbol of a triangle, three. Father, you know. But yeah, that's it.